The Kings basketball team fired their coach Mike Brown, and Lou Williams accidentally said something that got the players in trouble. Everyone right away started supporting Mike Brown. The Nuggets coach, Mike Malone, said, yeah, I was surprised, but it's the Kings. They're a messy team with no class and no courage. Even DeMarcus Cousins, who really dislikes the Kings, said, yeah, Mike isn't the problem. In the middle of all this, Lou Williams drops some big news. He says he heard there was some fighting back from how De'Aaron Fox was always being picked on. Whether it was in public or in private meetings, he was even hearing rumors that there was a time when Mike Brown might have asked even DeMar DeRozan to not start the game. And those things turned out to be really big mistakes in an already hard season. It put the team bosses in a spot where they had to choose between keeping the all-star players they had or getting rid of their old coach of the year. Wow. So Lou Williams is saying the players said it's either him or us. Now, people are calling Eru, you, Tatoru, Tare, De'Aaron Fox. Just calls it Eli. Just saw my buddy Mike at My Fit Foods, and he says that the special discount codes are coming in because you guys are trying and loving My Fit Foods. What I do is I just pick 4 meals a day. I eat them. I feel full. I feel healthy, and I don't even have to think about what I'm going to eat. They've got yummy flavors, and they're always bringing in new ones every single month. It's cheap and easy to get. I have tried many of these ready-made meal companies. My Fit Food is way better than all the others. So use code AMHOOPS32. Get 30% off. If you live in Houston, Portland, or Denver, you can just walk into a store, or if you live in any of these cities in Texas or New Orleans, they deliver overnight. That code is AMHOOPS30. Fox totally says no to wanting Brown to be fired. But some people listened to Fox's reaction to the news and heard something strange. The reporter asked, what was the plane ride like and finding it out? And Fox said, oh, well, so we left a little bit later. Doug talked to us before we took off, and after that, the plane ride was normal. I went to sleep. That's a little weird, right? Does that sound like a guy who cares that his coach got fired? Is he losing sleep over this? No, he literally went to sleep right after. So maybe there is something true about Lou Williams' story. Several times this year, Mike Brown went really hard at De'Aaron Fox in front of the reporters by saying his name, for example, hours before the firing. The Kings were winning against Detroit by 19 points at one time, but only winning by 10 points with 3 minutes left to play. Detroit cut it all the way down to only 3 points ahead with 8 seconds left. The coaches told the team, hey, foul them if you have to. Whatever you do, do not let them shoot a 3. But somehow, De'Aaron Fox left Jaden Ivey wide open in the corner. Then he has to rush up to try to block the shot, but stupidly fouls him as the ball goes in. Ivey made the free throw and won the game. This started a 5-game losing streak after all the De'Aaron Fox trade rumors came out. So how did Brown react in private? Because in public, he was not afraid to call Fox out. He said there should be no closeout opportunity. No closeout opportunity. And why there was a closeout by Fox, I'm not sure. Fox has to step up. You have a lot of responsibility if you're that guy and he's that guy and the pressure is on him to go get it done. So he's basically telling the reporters, yeah, this is all De'Aaron Fox's fault. And I could play like 10 clips of Brown calling Fox out by name. So is it crazy to think that De'Aaron Fox told them to fire Mike Brown? I don't think so, but that trade rumor still isn't going to go away. And if Fox thinks that he wants to go to San Antonio or Houston, well, Greg Popovich and Ime Udoka aren't exactly warm and fuzzy when it comes to coaching. It seems like Bron was trying to make Fox play like a superstar, like telling him to lead the team with his body language and his effort like a LeBron James. But De'Aaron Fox hated that way of coaching. So people are calling Fox a coach killer, which is actually pretty mean. But that is how much people respect Mike Brown. He got the team to the number 3 spot in the West 2 years ago after missing the playoffs for 16 straight years. He was the first coach ever that everyone agreed should be coach of the year in NBA history. And 2 years later, he gets fired. Now calling out your team and your star player over and over probably isn't smart in today's game. But Brown probably felt like he tried everything to get these guys to care about playing defense. Nothing was working. But then ESPN reports something even more messy than that. So De'Aaron Fox did not sign a new contract before the season, and it kind of made sense. I mean, he can make a lot more money by waiting for this summer, but then he tells Draymond Green on his podcast that he wants to win, and if the Kings can't give him that, he might go somewhere else. Well, the Kings are a mess, so it's only a matter of time before Fox asks to be traded, right? But how do they handle this? Well, the obvious first step apparently was to fire coach Mike Brown. But he's not even the problem. The Kings actually have the number 8 best offense in the NBA and 16th best defense, but are somehow 14 wins and 19 losses. I mean, teams with similar records are like the Magic and the Wolves who made the playoffs. The problem is playing well in close games. The Kings are 6 wins and 13 losses in close games this year. That's the 3rd worst record in the NBA, which is crazy because Fox and DeMar DeRozan are really good in close games. One issue is defense. Domantas Sabonis offers 0 rim protection. They have one wing defender, Keegan Murray, who is being pushed out by DeMar. So defense has been a problem for years, and your big move in the offseason was to get DeMar. The front office is a joke, so no wonder they fired Mike Brown before they can get fired themselves.
Oh.
Blame the coach. So ESPN said, what does Sacramento do now? The obvious move is to trade De'Aaron Fox and rebuild, but no. Right now they are 12th in the West with a chance to keep their draft pick. See, back in 2022, they traded for Kevin Huerter for a first-round pick, which is now top 12 protected. So if you lose on purpose now, you get to rebuild, keep your pick, and trade Fox to get a good young rookie instead. The Kings asked about Chicago's Zach LaVine, New Orleans' Brandon Ingram, Brooklyn's Cam Thomas, and Washington's Kyle Kuzma. League sources said, my goodness! Literally, if you made a list of players who would be terrible for the Kings, that's the exact list. Like if you said who are the players who would make 0 sense for Sacramento, you would say Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram, Cam Thomas, and Kyle Kuzma. You cannot make this stuff up. This is a classic case of the front office trying to save their jobs. So instead of doing what's best for the team long term, it's a quick, short-sighted fix to just make the playoffs now and keep the owner happy. I would be so upset if I was a Kings fan, but maybe De'Aaron Fox leaves them no choice. He recently changed agents to Rich Paul of Clutch Sports. This man is famous for getting his players to whatever team they want, and a respected reporter. At Bleacher Report says rumors in NBA circles suggest Fox will push for a trade before the February 6th deadline, and that the Kings will likely listen to all offers. Really? Dude is from Texas, and there are really just 2 choices if he wants to go back home, the Spurs and the Rockets. Now, we have already mentioned how tough those coaches are, but on the Cortez, a great fit. Fox running an offense for Wemby would be amazing to watch. And Houston is missing that lead scorer. The Rockets already have the defense and the rebounding and the coaching. What they miss is the guy to take that last big shot. Fox literally won NBA Clutch Player of the Year award. But if De'Ron gets traded, I think Sacramento would have to move Domantas Sabonis as well. He's 28 years old, and they would want to build around young guys like Keegan Murray, Devin Carter, this top 12 pick, and whoever they get back in trades. But so far, the Kings are an absolute dysfunctional mess, and I can't say we're surprised. But I am mad that more people are not watching this new NBA rules video. It's one of the more fun videos that I put together in a while. I look at realistic rules, less realistic, and then like downright crazy rules. So check out this video and let me know which ones you like best.